Hello! Saturday, June 3rd. And I think I'm somewhere near a race course, a racetrack, raceway. Stayed at the Sharon Mountain campsite last night. Had it all to myself. Only had to share it with a couple chipmunks. And it was a good little place. Good little place. I slept really well. Slept so well that I didn't get out of there until almost 9 o'clock. Yeah, it was just like I woke up and I was like, I want some more sleep. Got some more sleep. Woke up again. I said, you know what? I think if I roll over in my hammock on the other side, I could just go right back to sleep, man. I did. And then I woke up and it was bright outside. I could see the shadows from the trees, the sunlight. I'm like, all right. Time to get up. I gotta get moving, gotta get going. And I unzipped my sleeping bag and pulled my legs out. And I was about to sit up in my hammock. And I was like, yep, that's cold. Put my legs back in my sleeping bag. Laid back down for another 30 minutes. And I'm just telling myself, it's like, come on, get up. Get up. Gotta get up. Get up, get moving. My sleeping bag and the mattress, sleeping pad, and the hammock. Oh, it was just so comfortable last night. So comfortable last night. A few nights ago, last couple nights, I had my hammock hanging in the shelters. You know, no biggie. But I couldn't get like the right hang because it was just too low on one side and way too high on the other. But it had to be that way because otherwise the hammock would have been too short, or I'd been, resting on the floor of the shelter. So it was the best of the situation. And it just really wasn't all that comfortable because I was squished up into the foot box of the hammock. So being able to get out in the open in between two trees and get the right angle, it was good. It was good. All right. So today, in 6 miles or so, I'm going to get to Falls Village. Go in there. There's something called like the Toy Maker Cafe. I'm going to go check that out. The trail passes right by the city. All I have to do is, hang a right, go across a bridge and head into town. 0.3 miles. That's no big deal. I've gone farther to get to a shelter or a spring. So gonna go see what the Toy Maker Cafe is about. Ask if inquire about if there's any Wi-Fi in the town that I could sit and use for a minute. And then there's a hydro plant that has a outdoor shower on the outside of it with an electrical outlet. So I may sit there for an hour and get a charge on my anchor. But other than that, I could really push into Salisbury, but not with spending any time in Falls Village. So I'm going to get right outside Salisbury, something like that. Because they say their town hall has Wi-Fi. So maybe tomorrow I'll be sitting in Salisbury. Excuse me, tree. uploading videos. So, my quest for Wi-Fi continues through Connecticut. Look, stairs. Okay. Yep. Definitely a race course. Saturday morning, you know, shortly after 9 o'clock, I don't know if they're actually having a race or if they're just out, you know, having fun, running their cars. But they noisy. Alright, now, quit looking at the racetrack. Let's look at the mountains. Yeah, some nice mountains. Ever have that feeling every tick in Connecticut is about to be on you? I do. Got 3 miles of really flat walking all the way to Falls Village. So let me get this knocked out. Every minute I'm going to be stopping to look down at my legs. Yeah, okay, that's just a little piece of leaf. Okay. Since I got these new shoes, I haven't treated them with permethrin. I got a fairly large bottle of Sawyer insect repellent. Its main ingredient is picaridum. I'd never heard of that before, but it's what Kent had, so that's what I got. So I've not got around to spraying down the shoes with it yet. Don't know if it'll work as good as permethrin or not, but you know, I'll give it a shot. Now, whether or not permethrin worked for me in my situation, you know, I went dosed my shoes and my long pants legs, but then never again used my long pants legs, my zip off pants, out of Harper's Ferry. Now, I didn't have a tick on me until New Jersey, and every day in New Jersey. And then in Connecticut 2 days ago, it wasn't on me, but it was on my pack cover, which my pack cover had, you know, my pack had been sitting on the ground by the side of the shelter. So, you know, haven't found any ticks bit on me yet, just crawling. So, you know, hopefully that continues. Oh, look, a river. But, yeah. This Ben's Wilderness Formula, 30% DEET, works amazing, you know, on my legs and arms to keep the mosquitoes and biting gnats away. We'll see how well this Sawyer's picaridum works. But the last few days have been cooler, and that's really helped. I don't know, cold snap killed off the mosquitoes or something, I don't know. They haven't been as bad since I got out of New York. Wait, this is the AT about halfway through Connecticut. Looks like this. And the Housatonic River. I'm pretty sure I was up there somewhere. That racetrack is that way. The sun decided to come back out today. It was not going to rain today. That's what my weather app told me. And I got moving, and I got rained on, and I put on my pack cover. I said, well, isn't this just great? Nice little free cold shower. And then as quickly as it started, it stopped. And the sun came back out. Alright. That's a left turn on that sign, down that pole. That's a left turn on that pole. Okay. So, I go to that pole. See a trash can. See a trash can. Nah, I'm not gonna go over there and throw my trash away. I'll be like at a restaurant here in an hour or two. Not a very busy road for a Saturday. Housatonic Valley Regional High School. I wish my high school looked like a stone castle. That's pretty cool. Knowledge, some history on y'all right fast. See this little square concrete thing right there in front of me? That is all that remains of a gauging station that was along this river back in the early 1900s. And it is a 26.5 foot deep well that goes down and has pipes that are connected to the bottom of the well and this river. And there was a wooden shack on top of that would float in and down in the well, and it would tell people how high the river was. But they shut it down mid 1900s, or like 1940ish, because they built a new one farther upstream somewhere or something. But yeah, little history. Not that I really know that, but there was a little side trail with a bench and a plaque, and I read it, and I was like, I'm gonna be all smart and sound intelligent and spill some facts out for y'all that I probably got half of them wrong, so Google it. No, it's all good. Connecticut, oh my goodness, I'm loving you, Connecticut. You got some nice trails following this river, but then you got some steep stuff. Like, you give us some nice good flats, and then you're like, see that rock face? Climb up it. You know, see this ledge? Yeah, climb down it. Good luck, don't fall. But overall, Connecticut's been nice so far. Falls Village has a caboose. Stuff just got serious. Now, to find this cafe. It's a very historical looking place. Maker's Cafe right there. Pretty good, pretty good. Had an amazing open-faced hot dog, chili cheese hot dog, and the burger, bacon cheeseburger. Very good, very good. One slight problem is, you know, she's like, "What do you want on it?" I said, "Everything but the onions." And when she brought it to the table, she had a knife skewered through it to hold it all together, which was awesome. And I picked it up and bit into it, just and then I feel this warm sensation on my chin. I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I look at the bottom of the sandwich, and where she had stabbed the knife through the sandwich, poked a hole in the bottom of the bottom bun. And I had this awesome mustard and mayonnaise combination just in my beard, just rolling down my chin. And I was just like, okay, she got me. But had to eat around that. And same thing on the top. They had the ketchup flying out the top of the sandwich. It was a good sandwich, very tasty, very tasty. And yeah, so we're going to get back to the trail. We are going to stop at that place over there, and I'm going to charge my anchor probably for a good hour or so. Just get a little more juice in my anchor before I take off. Excuse me. I had a yoo-hoo and a pure cane sugar, like root beer, bottled in a crazy thick glass bottle that I've never seen the brand of before. Maybe something up here in the Northeast, but that's tasty. And a chocolate chunk cookie out of their little bakery rack. Had a good lunch, loaded up on the calories, and it wasn't but a 0.3, maybe half mile hike, or just walk, you know, just up to Main Street there and just down the hill that way back to the trail. So it's food I get to eat that I don't have to carry, right? So yeah. Who wants to see a waterfall? That little dam up there. That looks like a fun water slide until you get to that last part. Connecticut. Man, I'm about to be done with you tomorrow. And it says, you know, you get to a field and there's a view. Whoa! Best view of Connecticut, IMO. Yeah. And the wind, of course, the wind. But yeah. Visibility, I don't know, 30 miles against the horizon. That's awesome. Sad thing is, this GoPro just doesn't do it justice.